Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my hometown, Borger, Texas, currently a population of about 13,000 people. It's about an hour from Amarillo, Texas, and about 6 hours from Dallas, Texas, and if you were to drive from Borger, Texas, down to Brownsville, Texas, the most southern point of Texas, it's about the same distance you would drive if you were going from New York City to Savannah, Georgia. So, Ace Borger and his business partner John Miller purchased a town site near the Canadian River in March 1926 due to the discovery of nearby oil. Within a few months, the town had grown over to 45,000 people. By October 1926, the city charter was adopted and Miller was elected mayor. In the months that followed, there was an influx of oilmen, roughnecks, prospectors, panhandlers, card sharks, prostitutes, you name it. The town government soon fell under the influence of an organized crime syndicate led by one of Miller's associates, Two-Gun Dick Herdvig. Dixon Street, now known as 10th Street, was home to brothels, speakeasies, gambling dens, dance halls, and was known as the Red Light District. Murder and robbery became an everyday activity as the city marshals were too busy extorting businessmen and local pedestrians. They may walk up to you and just demand money to keep you out of jail. And prostitutes were charged a fine of $18 a week to stay in business. Now, in a town of 45,000 people, there's an estimated 2,000 prostitutes at the time, so it was a hefty business going on. Borger became so notorious that by the spring of 1927, Texas Governor Dan Moody decided to send in the Texas Rangers to calm things down. Now, keep in mind, this is less than a year after the city was founded. These Texas Rangers were led by Captains Frank Hammer and Thomas Hickman. Now, Hammer later gained fame as the guy who hunted down and killed Bonnie and Clyde. Now, the Texas Rangers did have a stabilizing effect, but Borger still struggled with lawlessness and violence. This came to a peak in September of 1929 when District Attorney John Holmes was assassinated. At that point, Governor Moody decided to go ahead and send in the Rangers once more. Within 48 hours, the Rangers were back in Borger, Texas. Within 2 weeks, they had a division of the Texas Cavalry Unit of the Texas National Guard. Now, this time the Rangers were called in, it wasn't to fix a few small issues. They imposed martial law. They stripped all the city and county officials of all of their badges, uniforms, and weapons. Martial law wasn't lifted until about a month later when pretty much every official in power had stepped down and had been replaced. Now, Borger did eventually settle down, but not before founder Ace Borger was shot and killed at the post office by the county treasurer Arthur Huey. Huey had gone to jail for embezzlement and was very upset when Borger didn't just bail him out. So he hunted him down, found him at the post office, shot him 5 times with his Colt 45, then walked up to Borger, pulled out his .44 caliber, and shot him an additional 5 times. Now, even though there were eyewitnesses, he was able to get off of this charge by claiming self-defense. But he went back to jail for embezzlement again. One last interesting tidbit is that during World War II, Borger was one of the most important towns in the nation because the new refinery and carbon black plants were producing synthetic rubber, which was in high demand for the war effort. According to one of my high school teachers, he remembers there being anti-aircraft turrets around the refinery that were eventually taken down in, I believe, the 70s or the 80s. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Remember to subscribe. I try to put out new videos every Monday or Tuesday. Leave your comments. I'd like to know what you think. Be good to each other. Thanks for coming by, and have a good one.